Well, the next speaker that I'd like to bring out is someone that I dearly love, and I know you do too. The foundation of love is the best and strongest foundation of all, and a seed that's planted on the fertile soil grows strong, the deeps go deep, and our next speaker has been blessed with the foundation and the roots that go deep. His family brought him up in love, and they've just come together to share this love with all of you. I've personally seen this man cause grown men to cry, women sigh, and fish to fry. Now, the women sigh thing, Jana, that's only because it rhymes with fry and cry. He's a loyal husband, he's a true friend, and we're all blessed and honored to have our next speaker come out on the stage. And it's going to be fun, we're going to laugh. There might be some guys crying, I don't know. But I want to get this right. He's an international speaker, he's a b.e.s.t master, he's an instructor, a trainer, author, researcher, and doctor of chiropractic. He's a CEO of Morter Health Systems. Please give a warm gen welcome to Dr. Ted Morter.
Thank you. Oh my God! Oh, come on, let's go, let's go. Let me hear it. We're having fun, yeah. Bigger, I'm bigger. Bigger, bigger. There you go, there you go. Oh my God.
Something that you really love, 'cause I like you, yeah,
I like you, I like you. Say it, I like you. I like you.
And feel
Oh, let's just have some fun, yeah. All right. Grab a seat. Woo! Wow. If you could just feel what that's like up here. Man, it just was like a tidal wave coming at me of energy. I'm pretty sensitive to that kind of thing. Wow, I still have goosebumps all over my body. I'm just gonna pause for the tingle. Woo! You know, I feel like a mosquito in a nudist camp. I know what needs to be done, I'm just not sure where we're starting. You know, Blaine said it. He said, where do your friends come from? And what did he say? They come from, if they're coming from a crack house. A crack house, I'm from Arkansas. A crack house is usually a 1 or a 2-holer in the back. Think about it. There's my man over there. What an honor to be here and share with you. I remember on my first program I went to was in the Bahamas. Anybody there? When I was there, when I got on stage, I had the terrible brown suit on. I didn't know I was going to be on stage. Little did I know, I'm like, Kevin, you've got this multi-level company going. Okay, I got that. I'm used to Nutrition for Life. Got that. What's the product? You don't have a product every month you mail out? You don't have something you got every month you're mailing? You know, no. And then I realized I was the product. Come to the Bahamas, Ted. You'll have some fun. Bring your wife. We'll have a good time. Oh, you want to go on stage? Oh, here, go on stage for a little bit. Uh-huh. You want to go on the cruise? Oh, we'll just have fun. Relax. Would you like to speak? Yeah, sure. 7 times a day. Hell, I packed my shorts and suntan lotion and cool sunglasses. I never even got them out of the box. I was more pale after the cruise than when I went on the cruise. Ed Foreman. All right, so here's a story for you. I love to tell stories. Those of you that are new, I've never met before, you get used to it. As Ed says, if you've heard my story before, get used to it. I like to hear myself tell it. If I haven't met you, I want to meet all of you later. I go down to see Ed Foreman. We're on his farm. This is a pretty much true story. You need to know that about me. I tell 2 kinds of stories. I tell really true stories and pretty much true stories. And they're all good. I'm visiting Ed. We're sitting down there on the farm down in Texas. We're talking, just having a great time, sharing, camaraderie, talking about our futures, talking about the greatness, where we're going. That's true. Pretty much true. This government agent shows up. Bang, 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 rattling on the fence. We're standing out by the barn. Bang, bang, bang on the fence. He comes up and he says, Mr. Foreman, I'm here to inspect your farm. We expect that there are illegal drugs being grown on the farm. And we're going to investigate and we're going to find out. And Ed looks at me and I said, well, can they do that? And Ed says, I don't think they can do that. And he reaches in his back pocket and he pulls out his badge. And he says, sir, do you see this badge? Ed goes, yes, I see the badge. He said, this badge entitles me to go anywhere I want in this country on any property and do anything that I want. No questions asked. I don't have to give any answers. It gives me unlimited authority to do what I need to do, and we're going to do it. Ed says, all right, sir, because Ed's had a few badges of his own over these years. He looked at me and he says, all right, but he says, whatever you do, don't go over there in that field. And he pulls out the badge again. And he says, this badge allows me to go anywhere I want, any field. I can do anything I want to do with that. And Ed says, fine, yes, sir, you help yourself. And we went back to our talking, planning your future, planning your success. You think that's a true part. And it wasn't long. And we hear this god-awful scream coming from over there in that field. And I look over there, and here's this guy screaming like a little baby, running for the fence, being chased by a rare black swamp wallaby. With big teeth and hairy. And he's running, screaming for the fence. And Ed, being the gentleman he is, says, Ted, come on. And we run over to the edge of the fence, and the man's coming towards us at the fence, and the black, long-haired swamp wallaby with the big teeth and the ugly hair is chasing him, snarling, nipping at his heels. And I'm thinking, Ed's going to save him. We're going to open the gate. We're going to let him out so he can get out of there before the beast catches him. Ed walks up to the gate, puts his foot right on the gate to keep it shut, and says, show him your badge. Oh, thank you. Oh my God. See, trust me, it's going to get better. Don't worry. I'm doing the best I can with what I got to work with. That's what I said when I was combing my hair this morning. What's not turning gray is turning loose. Oh, man. I wish you guys could just feel what it's like up here. The energy is just so overwhelming. It was like that my first time I went to the Bahamas, and that it was a smaller group. But when I got on that stage, remember my wife Jana was standing right there, and we were just blown away by the energy, blown away. We love you. So I'm gonna share a few things with you today, some stories about my life. I don't have to make up stories. I just pay attention. I pay attention to my life. If I can encourage you today, pay attention to what's going on around you. Pay attention to the things that are happening, because I dare say that you don't. I dare say you are missing the journey, looking for the destination, and not paying attention all the way, not enjoying life to its fullest. Now in Gen, we have the training which helps us. We have the upgrades that help us to be better, so that we do better, so that we have better. Be, do, have. Don't wait around till you have it before you start to do things differently and pay attention. It's backwards. That's what happens. You must seize the opportunity. The opportunity is there. You must take opportunity. Are you with me on this? What's it called? Opportunity. You have to delete the things from your life that are not important and focus on where you want to go and what you want to do, who you're going to be, and then that's going to give you what you want to have, right? That's what you focus on. But you don't do that. You don't do that. That's the bag. You've heard me talk about it. And you just carry it around all the time. You just carry it around. You tell your story over and over and over again, and you listen to those negative stories. You listen to things that you shouldn't be listening to, and then you start to believe it's true. Ed Foreman said, well, my father's having some challenges, but let's hold the space for him. I got to thinking about that in the afternoon. I thought, well, I wonder if he's okay. I just talked to him yesterday, and he was fine. But that's how your mind goes. And then, so finally I thought, well, you know what? I'm gonna call him. So I called him yesterday, and he didn't answer his phone. Now I'm spinning, okay? So I called my wife. I said, Jana, go by and check on Dad. And she said, well, I'm almost over there right now. I'm going to her parents. And she said, I'll just whip in there. So she whips in. She texts me back a few minutes later. And she says, he's fine. He's working in his fish pond. He's having a great time. He's doing really well. So don't let your mind just run and run and run. You do. You let it run all the time. And I'm telling you, the lesson is, can you get it? Here's the lesson. Set the bag down. Don't carry that crap with you all the time. Set it down. And that's a pretty bag, right, ladies? You want to have the bag. I mean, let me tell you, this bag is a chick magnet. Jana bought me this bag. I used to carry this little backpack around because it had wheels and you could carry it on the plane, and they wouldn't make you check it because it was small enough that you could keep it. So that's what I did. And she said, I'm tired of you carrying that old thing around. I'm going to get you a new bag. So she ordered this bag, and it came from Neiman Marcus, needless markup. And I'm looking at it. I open it up out of the box. I lift it out, and I'm like, woo, that's a shiny bag. That's a real shiny bag. And she confessed. She said, it's a little shinier than I thought it'd be. She said, but I believe you're man enough to carry that bag. And she said, Ted, at first, don't carry it, just pull it. All right? She said, and then when you become a little more accustomed to it, you might pick it up and carry it. I said, all right. But the bag represents you. There's two lessons. Set the bag down. And the second lesson for you today, you want it? Yes. Here it is. Don't pick that bag up. People will give you stuff to pick up all the time. You will have ample opportunity, I guarantee, to pick the bag up every single day. Many of you do it. Level 5, 6s, you've been trained. But even with the best training you have, you still pick it up occasionally, right? Me too. I've got a lesson for you right now. Do you have everybody's got an ink pen? Better be blue, right? You got one? Hold it in your dominant hand that you would write with. Take your other hand and hold it up like this and write a big D on it. I'm going to come and check. On your hand, not your paper, on your hand. Put a D there. Everybody got it? Did you understand the directions? D. So when somebody wants you to pick up the bag of junk, don't do it. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to open that email. You're going to read that Facebook. You're going to look at your computer and you're going to see this crap on there that's not true, never has been true, never will be true. Don't pick the bag up. You're going to hit delete. Give somebody a high five. Say delete, 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 delete. Ed, you can use that if you'd like. I give you permission. I know you'd rather beg for forgiveness than ask for permission, so you can use that one. Delete, delete, delete. Don't believe that crap because it will infect your brain and get the rats in your head. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Rely on your training. Those of you that are new, upgrade and come up to this level. Let me tell you, it's fantastic. I got excited with your wish is your command. I'm walking, it's snowing on me. I'm walking on the golf course in the morning at 6. I'm sending KT text. This is really great. It's so fantastic. You should level CD7 was perfect. When you said this about that, oh my gosh, it was wonderful. I wrote this big old text and he sends back, great. That clock must be wrong. You can't expect me to come up here and talk for 10 minutes. Are you kidding me? It's not going to happen. So I'm going to share a quick story with you. Pretty much true. I encourage you to play full on with this group. It's changed my life. It's changed the lives of my family, my extended family. It's just crazy what's happened. Crazy. It's taught me to dream bigger. It's taught me not to worry about the how. That's how I got my barn. That's how I got the barn. I'll show you pictures later. Oh my gosh. I wasn't dreaming bigger. I was thinking a little lean-to kind of thing. Now I got this huge barn. Thank you, Jana, for her dream board. Puts my stuff on her board. I said, how are we going to do that? And she said, Kevin says, don't worry about the how. I'm like, God, he's in my life all the time. With those beady eyes. And that crooked finger. Delete, stop. Kevin says, don't worry about the how. So I stopped worrying about the how. And to get that $85,000 barn, it showed up on my computer for $8,000. I'm like, buy it now. Boom, boom, boom. I hit it 3 times. I think I paid $24,000, but I'm not sure. So I'm just saying, I stopped worrying about how. But it always comes back. It'll sneak back in because it's a CMO. That's what we teach. That's what we teach you how to eliminate. The CMOs, they'll come back because you've been trained like that all your life. You've been trained this way. And they come back, and when they come back, they get the rats in your head again. You're like, how am I going to do that? So then I bought it. Now I'm going to go, how are we going to get it here? And she gave me the look. And lo and behold, a gin member calls me up and says, I got a trucking company. Actually, I called him and I said, hey, Brian, can I got this barn, and this is Dr. Ted. I got this barn. Do you think you can bring it down to me? And after about 2 minutes, I said, what do you think? He didn't say a word. I'm like, hello? And he goes, oh my God, it's really you. He said, I thought it was one of those pre-recorded things. Hey, this is KT. How you doing? It's good to see you. I'm like, yeah, it's me. I need a barn. He said, I'll have it to you in 2 weeks. 2 semis come rolling in with this barn, board by board, numbered, ready to go. It was on the dream board. It was on my vision board. I synced to it. I mind synced to it. And we got it. Wow, it was so cool. And it gets better. I'm supposed to have the guy come up to help me put the siding on it from Dallas. He's coming up from Dallas, going to spend a week with me. And he calls me and says, you know, it's going to be clear till December before we can get there. We're just busy, busy, busy. I'm thinking it needs to be weathered in before winter. I don't know what I'm going to do. And that evening, Tony Whitman, level 5, Gen member, shows up. Where are you, Tony? There he is. Stand up. He shows up at my door and said, I'm here to build your barn. Well, here's a hammer. He said, I got my own. And the next day, I get a call from Corey Allshouse, another Gen member, a brother. He says, I'm coming down to help you build your barn. I said, Corey, you live in Detroit. He said, I'll be there. I said, I'll pick you up at the airport. He said, I'll be there about 1 o'clock tonight. I said, take a cab. He shows up. Ralph LeBlanc comes down from Branson. I had 7 Gen members showed up. They were there. They were all in Gen helping me build that barn. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. You're crazy. You're all crazy. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So sit down, quickly. Well, they'll come drag me off here. I encourage you, play full on, upgrade. These are all up in the upper levels of Gen. They just showed up. I didn't ask. I didn't know how. I stopped worrying about how, and I put the bag down, and they show up. And Gen will show up in your life every chance you give it if you just pay attention. Seize the opportunity. Last night, Tom and I are sitting down there in the bar after it was closing up. You know, we were just sitting talking, having a good time. And there's this good-looking gal, pretty much true, good-looking gal sitting there. I mean, I'm like, whoa, that's a knockout. And I'm like, whew, focus. You know what Chris McGarrihan and I call that? Half. Half of all your stuff's going to go away. Just like that. Are you with me on this? Guys? And she's good looking. I'm thinking, oh my gosh. And pretty soon she gets up and comes over. And she says, gentlemen, how are you doing? I said, well, we're doing very well. It's good to meet you. And she said, let me tell you something. I saw you giving me the eye. I'm like, oh no. And she said, I just want to tell you something. For $100, I'll do anything you want in 3 words or less. And I looked at Tom and I thought about it. I said, paint my barn. Thank you. Thank you. I'm out of here. Thank you. Wow.